Hi everyone. So we're just testing out StreamYard. So you may have seen a bit of a flash of our a bit of a flash of a stream, but we're back here now. So I'm Oldham-West. I'm streaming live with Debbie Fawcett. So we're going out to Debbie's Facebook page, my Facebook group, and Debbie's YouTube channel, along with my YouTube channel. So we're in all places this evening, and yeah, it's just a chance for me to chat with Debbie about the new course, the new free course that I've got up and running, ready to start on the 8th of May. And yeah, just to talk all things about hypnosis. Not going to keep you a long time. Just wanted to have a nice light chat and just to show you the possibility of hypnosis. And that's why I wanted to do this along with Debbie, because if you're watching over on Debbie's YouTube channel, you know that Debbie's been working with me within hypnosis, and yeah, I just want to show people the possibility. And I think when I run the last course, a lot of people was a little bit nervous about hypnosis. There was lots of questions about hypnosis and how it can help. And I really wanted to reach out to people, especially the podcast followers, and just to say, you know, I want you to experience it. I want you to know the magic of hypnosis, experience it for yourself, and show you how this can really, really help. So thanks for joining me, Debbie.
Sharon.
Pleasure. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. So, Debbie, for somebody that was brand spanking new to hypnosis, only was it 3 months ago? I think it was about 3 months ago.
Yeah, it was about the second or third week in January.
What has your experience been for somebody that is brand new to hypnosis?
It's really helped me all round. It's reduced my cravings, not eliminated altogether, but reduced. It's helped me with the bigger picture of my weight loss journey, and it's also helped me feel more relaxed, generally, not as uptight and worried about everything, and it's helped me feel a bit better physically as well.
Yeah, and I know you go out on walks, and I know that I guess in a way that's its own meditation, isn't it, being outdoors? But I know when we did that initial hypnosis, I know that you felt quite relaxed and calm within that.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to, sorry.
And then we went on and did the course, and that kind of, the Slimming Stories Emotional Detox course, and that kind of, it gave me like a refresher every week. A little sort of tape that I could, well, you did do tapes, didn't you? But the course as well was just a little replay every week and a little sort of reminder, and like I say, like a refresh every week. And so yeah, it's like I say, it's helped to reduce my cravings. Yeah,
fantastic. And so what I want to say today is, you know, for people like myself that are quite curvy, I just had this bit of epiphany, and I wasn't even thinking about doing this course up until I went to, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Lanzarote. And I noticed that there was quite a few ladies, and there were the larger ladies, there were the curvy ladies that were out on the beach that had cycle shorts on, that had t-shirts on, that were covering up on the beach. And, you know, even like as a size 12 to size 18 bikini, I've always been proud of my curves. I've always been somebody that's, I've not like hidden away or shied away. I've always been taught from a young woman to be proud of your curves and to show off your figure. So I wanted to see how I can help other women out on the beach this summer, and not to discount summer of 2022, because goodness knows we've been through it, haven't we, these last couple of years, and just to feel that you can actually step into summer and still feel curvy, feel sexy, feel alive, feel that you can wear the clothes that you want to wear and feel good about yourself and have that confidence, that inner confidence. But I know that for many people it's not that simple, it's not that easy, especially if you're carrying around these old stories. So what I want you to do, if you can at all, pop into the chat, whether you're on Facebook. In fact, I've literally just come out of the Facebook group trying to get back on an ear. So if you can just pop into either the Facebook group or into the chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in stepping out this summer, either on a bikini, in your summer wear, in your beach wear? How confident are you? I'm just going to go back over to my group if I can. Let's have a look. Let's see if we've got anything in there. It should be going live in there, but I'm not sure if it's working.
Hi, Caroline. Well, it's live on my YouTube and it's live on my Facebook group. Sharon says she's 0.
Oh, bless you. So Sharon,
I'm 0 as well.
You're 0. 3. Caroline
says 3. Yeah.
Susie 1. Oh.
Kayla 0. Karen's 0. I'd be harpooned. Do you mean you feel like a whale, Karen?
Oh my goodness, Karen! Don't feel like that. Don't feel like that.
Susie says a 1.
I'm just going to scroll down there. So this is just proof that this course was needed, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this now.
Definitely 0.
Trace a 0. I'd never do it. So it's
just in a bikini or a swimming costume. You'd never do it. Donna says 5. Oh, well done, Donna.
We're getting there, then we go. We're getting there. Oh, blimey. And, just that noise of, I know we're laughing and joke about it, but about being harpooned, you can really change a story. So just like Debbie's been able to change that story about those cravings, just as Debbie's been able to receive help with feeling calm within hypnosis, you can change a story that you tell yourself when you walk onto that beach. It's as simple as that. I'm just going to tell you what happened today. I'm just going to share what happened. I work on this site, and I receive leads. I pay for a bit of advertisement, and generally throughout my day, I'll take what I call a discovery call. So a discovery call is where I explain what I do. People will come to me for lots of different reasons, for hypnosis, or all different issues, I guess. And there was one lady that came to me, and it was quite clear that she couldn't really afford the treatment that she needed, and I felt the struggle. But I'd literally spoken to her for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I knew she'd got a needle phobia. I knew that I could help her. I knew that it was just a story. And I said to her, you literally, it's a case of, you sat with your child reading your child Jack and Nora. You're going to take your child out of that room, put it in another room, and you're going to read Snow White. It's a different story. That's all it is. It's a phobia. It's a different story. And I knew that she was still in that trauma moment when she first had that really bad experience of this needle. And I knew I could help her. I thought, I can't. I knew she couldn't afford it. She was on benefits, bless her. 10 minutes. She'd suffered 14 years of a needle phobia. 14 years of a needle phobia. It only took 10 minutes, and that was it. 10 minutes and it's done. So if I can help somebody with a needle phobia that was really struggling, literally couldn't make it to these appointments for these needles, and when she did have to have a needle, it was so traumatic because that initial trauma was still there. I can help you show up on the beach with your confidence, because it's just a story. It's just a story. And you might think, well, Claire, it's not a story. It's not a story. I'm telling you now, it's a story. In your mind, for anybody that's new to hypnosis, your mind is so powerful. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. And you've been telling yourself these negative things on repeat year after year, day after day. And what happens is, within hypnosis, that mind that holds, that part of your mind that holds you believe it, we can upsell that, we can upscale it. I can just hear the dog in the background. And we can change that up. We can change it up, because this is how people get help within trauma. So I help a lot of people with PTSD, people with abuse, people with neglect. I can change up that story within hypnosis and bring them to recovery. So how much more so will I be able to change the story for people that are really struggling with their confidence? And that's why I'm offering this for free, because I know, with on the podcast, speaking to guests on there, for people that have really struggled, even people that have lost weight, having struggled with their confidence, just like what Debbie's explained there. I know it's all possible. And what I will do is an hypnosis on this free course that you can attend, and I'll be able to hypnotise you live on Zoom, just like I did with Debbie. I'll be able to put in front of you a beautiful mirror, and that'll be your reflection, and we'll bring up those wonderful feelings, those confident feelings, and then you'll be able to take that with you from the hypnotic state out into your real life, so that when you do show up, you'll be able to do it confidently. So, Debbie, how has it been for you after your weight loss? Because I know before you've touched on that, haven't you, briefly, about even though you've lost the weight, still struggling a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I lost a huge amount of weight, 15 stone, and I've since regained a little bit of that, or a big bit of that, so, and I'm on a weight loss journey again, so I think this time my body's going to be even worse than it was, but yeah, I've got lots of body confidence issues, even when I was a size 10 to 12, I did wear a swimsuit, but no, I wouldn't wear a bikini.
No.
And I only wore a swimsuit in the swimming pool, and I don't think I'd have gone to a beach or anything like that.
Yeah.
With that swimsuit on. If you excuse me a moment.
So you can like reveal a bikini or something.
Yeah.
Then.
I mean, even just these bingo wings here, and sorry, I'm trying to position it so you can see it on the camera. And even just on the videos, when I film my updates and stuff like that, and I'm showing like a certificate or something, all I see, you know, I'm showing a nice Club 10 certificate, all I see is this great big hanging thing, and that's only going to get worse when I lose my when I lose, you know, a bit more weight again, and that's not the worst of it, you know, there's my whole stomach and everything, so yeah, it's not great. I'm there with you all on a zero.
Bless you. So there's lots of work to be done, and it really, you know, is possible. Like I said, I'm trying to give you like the worst case of a mindset that you possibly could have. Somebody that's, you know, been through trauma, somebody that's been through those imagine the most horrendous things that you can go through in life. I've helped people leave the homes that have suffered from agoraphobia, you know, people that couldn't even step out their own house. Or people that have been in car crashes that can't even look out the front of the windscreen when they drive it, because it involved in a head-on collision, and all they see when they look out the front as a passenger is that fear. So I can help you on that beach, and I'm gonna help you, and I know you're gonna be there, and I can't wait to get started, because look at those answers. I know Susie's put on there, I won't even go
sleeveless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caroline doesn't like a belly, and Leo makes an interesting point. Leo Beth, I wouldn't want to be hypnotized to be happy to stay this size.
Right, let me just. Okay, so this free course is all about being confident as you are now to step out on the beach. This is about self-love. Because without the self-love, without that self-acceptance, even if you lose that weight, it's going to make Jack a difference. You're going to look in that mirror, you're going to see the negative. If your mindset is focused on the negative, and if you don't love yourself truly, it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, you're still going to see that. So this isn't about, you know, if you're morbidly obese, for example, and you need to lose the weight for medical reasons. It's not about, okay, accept yourself now and you're not going to lose the weight. It's about having that confidence to step forward, that confidence to make those positive changes, and that confidence to say, you know, I'm going to accept myself and I'm going to love myself. I'm going to start to practice into practice how I'm going to be in the forthcoming months and years when, you know, maybe you are losing weight, but to start now and not to wait, not to kind of put yourself in this little box and say, right, okay, I'm going to be like a jack in the box. And when I get to target, I'm going to be like, jump out.
Yeah,
because
and I want to add to that as well, Claire. You've got to enjoy your weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be sustainable for life. So I want to enjoy my weight loss journey. So I want to be able to go out walking, go on holiday, even when I'm 15, 16 stone, instead of waiting till I'm 11 or 12 stone, because I could never get there. Or something could happen to me or happen in my life that means something changes. And I remember when I was losing weight before, that my world opened up slowly and I enjoyed more and more things. And I would really say that you can enjoy life now while you're on a weight loss journey. And I would really urge you to do that, because nobody knows what's around the corner. And the more of life you take by the balls and enjoy, the more you will enjoy your weight loss journey as well.
Yeah, because when we look at weight, and when we look at weight gain and a lot of problems associated with weight, it's been because of those negative thoughts, those negative emotions. And I speak a lot about this in my emotional detox course, in the push down those emotions with that food, push down that emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
And when, you know, maybe going to Weight Watchers, Slimming World, whatever plan you choose, whatever that thing is, whatever that positive change is, and that weight starts to release. For me, when I've been like on plan and I've been like really like releasing that, like more recently, I've lost about 1.4-5 pounds. I've not been like strict or anything like that. It's literally, you know, I'm not having those cravings for those big foods, and I'm releasing the weight. But I'm also thinking, oh, well, you know, I've dropped a size and I can go down into those clothes and maybe I can go shopping. And rather than keeping like the old clothes that I've saved for years and years, I'd like, well, I'm going to buy something new. You know, I've had all that over lockdown. Let's buy something new. Let's look at a different picture. And this is what hypnosis allows you to do. It allows you to create new pictures, new dreams. It gets you to dream again and start to believe in possibilities again. And it's not to discount.
We'll answer that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute, Leo. But I've just thought of another question for Claire.
I'll just finish off what I was saying. Sorry.
Go on.
So, not to discount, Leo, what you were saying, but within hypnosis, you can build those really positive associations and change the stories up so that you can feel that the future is bright and the future is positive, rather than, like I say, be that jack in a box just to appear. But sorry, Deborah, go on.
Do you? Because sometimes it is about our own self-confidence, but also it's about, is everybody looking at me, or what do people think about me? So do you address that kind of thing in the course? Or is it all about changing your own inside,
Yeah. So when you receive a boost of confidence, and when you start changing those stories, and when you can look in the mirror and look through somebody's eyes that loves you, you see yourself differently. Because think about it. Think about the positive relationships that you've got in your life now. Maybe it could be a parent, it could be a dog or a cat, it could be a partner, it could be a school friend, somebody in your life, a cousin. When you look forward to spending time with that person, do you think about, what's does it matter what size they are? Does it matter how they dress? Does it matter if the makeup's imperfect? Do any of those things matter? Or no, because the likelihood is that you've got fond feelings for those people. You probably love those people. You've known them for a long time. You have that positive association, and that's exactly the same as how you will look at yourself when you feel better, when you start to love yourself and accept yourself. There's a lot of acceptance that is needed to move forward in terms of weight loss. There's a lot of acceptance, and there's also, I guess, a lot of responsibility. And when you feel that self-love, and when you're not critical, because you wouldn't be critical to your best friend or a loved one, you're not like really critical and getting those real like nook and crannies of a relationship because you love that person, but you don't often treat yourself like that. It's almost like all the time we hear lots about self-love. There's so much about self-love, self-care, self-love, self-care. Have a bath, take a bath, take a chill. But actually practicing it, it's one thing, and I see it all the time. It's one thing to go on social media and post it, say it, to post a picture, and to actually do it. And this is what will happen is you'll start to reframe those pictures, those stories, because you're actually acting it out. So I'm just going to quickly just look back at some of these posts. How have you lost weight, Claire? Are you still going Slimming World? So at the moment, I'm not going to Slimming World, Leah. So I felt that I dieted for so long, and I just needed a break. Now, the reason that Slimming World worked really well for me is that I would set aside my sins for my chocolate, my sweets, my desserts. I mean, I had everything sweet. Since November, I've not eaten chocolates. I've not eaten chocolate, cake, sweets. I don't eat anything sweet. Over Christmas, I had no chocolates. I had loads bought for me. I had no chocolate. I've had no cake. I've had no sugar. I take a tiny bit of sugar on my Weetabix. That's literally, I usually use sweetener on everything else. I don't want it because that's a technique that I've received. So I've had the technique where my sugar sensations can turn up so high that I don't even want to put the sugar in my mouth. So I hope that answers your question. I'm just having a quick look back to make sure I don't miss anything. So let me just scroll back a little bit.
I just want to, while you're looking, I just want to say to Leo that she also says, I feel massively ashamed of my gain. It's like, I don't want to be seen as it shows how I've used food to cope. I'm in exactly the same place, Leo. Or is your name Leo or is your name Beth? You'll have to let me know. Or is it both? Leo, Beth?
No, Beth.
But yeah, I'm in exactly the same place, and it's not a nice place to be, but we have to decide that we've made positive changes, and we've gained weight, and it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
And you're not on your own. That's all I wanted to say.
The power of shame is huge. The power of shame is huge. Don't underestimate it. That will hold you back. That will hold you back. That will hold you back. It's huge. And when you step on those scales to go back, having had a gain, it's like you're not stepping on those scales afresh. It's like you're stepping on those scales with that emotional weight of I'm having to lose some and then more some, and then the weight that I've gained. It's there's one thing to draw the line, but some people just find it so hard, and that's because the emotions that are attached. It is not the weight that you put on those scales. You're not losing that weight that you put on the scales. You're carrying that horrible, negative, emotional weight of that shame. But lose that shame. The shame isn't yours. It's not yours. And a lot of these groups are, judgment free. So Caroline there saying, I wear clothes that are big, not too clingy to my body. And I wear this, which is it's loose and things like that. But I would still go out with my arms out and stuff like that. And there's lots of lovely clothes out there. I've got a wardrobe that's from 12 to 18, and I'm between a 16 and an 18 now, mainly 16s now, and it does feel good. But I'm past that. I think I would say with having the podcast, that was quite a pressure, thinking, oh my goodness, so people will come on, here we're talking to the guests, and here we're talking about all of that. or that talk around weight loss, and I was up and down, but thankfully since November I've not had a binge since December 2020, and I've not had anything sweet since November, and it's like it is
Well,
literally like
that's another thing that the hypnosis helped me with, is my maybe not my confidence, but just my how laid back I am, or how worried I am about doing YouTube and things like that. Because if you don't know me, I'm Debbie, and I've got a YouTube channel called Debbie's World, where this live is being also broadcast, and I share my weigh-ins over there on a weekly basis, and it can feel like a lot of pressure. I feel like I've got to be perfect. I've got to lose weight every week. I've got to show the perfect food. And I try not to feel like that, and I feel like sharing the ups and downs is much more helpful than showing a perfect, smiley, positive person the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely, Debbie. And I can remember speaking to you when you first came back and wondering how to start this off, and that's when I said to you, you're not accountable to any of your followers, bless them, even though they're there to support you. You're not accountable. You are you, and you share as little or as much as you want, and that's how it has to be. And maybe if you're so bad, feeling that shame, that shame isn't yours. You go back, and this is your journey, and this is why, I mean, talking about these emotions, I know Becca has just put on there that she had hypnosis for 2 things: phobia and anger issues, and it's been amazing. This is the thing about hypnosis, is it'll start to work on that negativity, because look, you've got people going to group already taking with them that negativity of what will people think, and I think what this course is, it's going to take you into the here and now. It's going to take you into the here and now. You're not going to be worried about what Sheila down the road's doing. You're not going to be doing what Fred's over at work's doing. This is going to just be centered around you, and just give yourself that time. And for anybody that is listening that thinks, well, how can this happen? How can you hypnotize me on a Zoom call? How can this actually work? Well, on the last course that I did, I had a lady from Saudi Arabia, people in the UK, and people from the US, from like California, New York, Los Angeles. So this does work. And if you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll see that there's a lady on there with donuts. She's in Florida, and Laurie, I think she's in California, and Nicole, she's not on there yet, but she will be soon. So this works because all hypnosis is a full state of focus. That's all it is. It's a full state of focus. And if you can sit on a call with me, just like I'm with Debbie, and just focus and really focus on everything that I say, that's all I need you to do. Now, if you've got pets, get rid of the pets out of the room, get them to a babysitter. If you've got a husband, do that with him as well, or partners, whatever. Because it is a full state of focus. How this won't work and how this won't be productive is if you sit with me on the Zoom and you've got your phone switched on and you've got Coronation Street on in the background, and then you've told your family, if you haven't told your family not to be disturbed, that's when it won't work. Because I'm not magic. I'm not Potter. This isn't me being magical, because all hypnosis is a full state of focus. And what I really want to do is allow you to connect. I want you to allow you to connect to your inner power, because your mind is so powerful. It's so powerful, and everything within your mind will help you to move forward. Because at the moment, your mind thinks that what you want, that fear that you've got about turning up on the beach, turning up in your summer clothes, your mind thinks that's what you want, because you keep thinking it, you keep thinking it, and you keep thinking it. And the more you keep thinking it, the more your mind thinks, oh, that's a habit. That's what she likes to do. So we'll do it again, and we'll do it again, and we'll do it again. Within hypnosis, we can go in We can talk to those habits, beliefs and behaviours and say, just a minute, no, we're going to reset that a bit. We're going to reset that a bit. And unlike a habit that maybe you think you've got to try for 30 days and then it'll work, within hypnosis, the change can be quite instant. And you'll notice within that first session, maybe you'll feel more relaxed. Maybe you think, oh, I feel a bit more upbeat about yourself. These changes will happen and it's all for you. Now, Debbie on her channel, and I will put on my channel a link below to sign up. It's a free course. It's over 4 days. It's on the 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th of May. I'd love you to come. I can't even talk now. I'd love you to come, especially if you've never experienced hypnosis, because the gift is already within you. You just need to have access to it. It's as simple as that. Bless you. That's nice.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Joy. Thanks, Caroline. Caroline says, love your videos, Debbie, just be yourself. Thank you, Caroline. And Joy says, I prefer it when you post ups and downs as it happens to us all and it makes you real. Cindy is a friend from the US and she says, how is hypnosis different from CBT or DBT techniques? What about people who have religious objections to hypnosis?
Absolutely. So, Cindy, hypnosis, I've got quite a few friends that are Christian, born again Christians, and I've had this conversation. And my friends that are born again Christians say, well, if there's any change work, if there's any positive change work, I want that to come from God. I'm a Christian. You know, I was due to go to Bible college when I left school. So I'm a born again Christian. You know, I talk in tongues. I'm not going to prove it live on YouTube, but this is positive. It's a positive change, and all hypnosis is, all it is, a full state focus. That's all it is. It's a full state of focus. Now, if different religions, I've got to be careful about this, what I'll say now, if different religions want to give it a different meaning, that's entirely up to them. But just as if you had a broken leg, you would go to the doctor because you would trust the doctor who's a medical professional to sort that leg and to give it the treatment that it needed. So one of the ladies that taught me, she works in a hospital, so you can receive hypnotherapy within hospital. So this is a recognised, it's a recognised therapy and a respected therapy. In terms of CBT, so how I work, so I'm also a qualified counsellor, so how I work within hypnosis is I do include elements of CBT, because all that we're doing, if you can just imagine that what we're doing is we're just up leveling the negative stories. So the work that you can do within CBT, I can always use that within the hypnosis. So for example, things like see what you can see, feel what you can feel, hear what you can hear. We can look at changing patterns that you would also look at changing within CBT. So I hope that helps. I hope that's answered your question. But at the end of the day, I'm not coming on any religious grounds, and with my experience with religion and people that are religious is there'll always be somebody that doesn't agree, and that's fine. And I'm not here to change those people's opinions. I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, just like everyone's not my cup of tea. I'm not here to, save the world. What I am here to do is help people, and I've helped people in the past, and I want to continue to help people going forward.
And can I just say, it's really nice to see you over here, Cindy. Thanks for showing your support and really appreciate it. And to anybody else who's watching. She says, great explanation, thanks. Sounds like hypnosis is a faster connection in the brain to change those thought patterns. Yeah, that's exactly how I see it as well, Cindy.
Yeah.
And Sharon, kind of similar question. Do you have to believe in hypnosis for it to work?
So what I would say there, Sharon, is, so I don't know if you drive, so we'll just say that you drive. Pretend you've got a car. Well, have you got a car? Who knows? So when you're driving your car, and you're driving to work, or maybe you're on a bus or something, and then before you know it, you've arrived at your destination. It's like, how did I get there? How did I get here? because your mind goes into autopilot. Your mind recognises those habits, and you go into autopilot. You know, you practice hypnosis every day. Have you ever find yourself like feeling like really rubbish? Now, for me, Bridget Jones' Diary is like one of my favourite films. Bridget Jones, Wizard of Oz, and E.T. And if I feel quite low and I need like a really nice pick me up, I will put that film on. Now, I can often quote the lines, you know, and the characters. I can, you know, I know it off by heart. Wizard of Oz, I must have watched it 40 plus times. It's my favourite film. But my mind remembers those good feelings, those good associations. And that, again, is another form of hypnosis. So in terms of, do you have to believe in hypnosis? Well, I'll come back to Debbie on this, because in that first session, if you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll see the full sessions recorded. Took Debbie into hypnosis, asked her about the foods, took her into hypnosis. During hypnosis, sometimes she'd open her eyes and then she'd close her eyes again. And then it literally, within a split second of coming out, and I brought her out of hypnosis, she says, "Oh, I don't think that didn't work. I didn't go deep enough. So even after she'd been into hypnosis, at that point, she still thought that wasn't it. But the results spoke for themselves. She couldn't eat that food. So in terms of, do you have to believe in hypnosis? For one, you already take part in hypnosis on a daily basis. And two, all hypnosis is, it's not magic. I'm not a magician. I just need you to focus on me fully. That's it. It's a full state of focus. If you can believe on focus, then you can believe in hypnosis, as far as I'm concerned.
And I haven't eaten chocolate cake. Chocolate cake still makes me think of salt.
Yeah.
So it's definitely helped me with my cravings.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying I've not had a trip up or, you know, an odd biscuit here or there, but there are definitely things that are still there. And on the whole, it's helped my whole mindset, which is what I've said before.
Yeah.
Because I think Claire dropped a couple of other sort of subjects into this, like when she was saying about, I think she was trying to like get me to think about the presenting food and stuff like that. And when she said all of that, that was helping me, at the same time as helping me concentrate on what kind of food I did want to eat. It was helping me with my confidence for sharing my food on YouTube and Instagram as well. So, and getting my confidence back there. So, and not to care what people think.
Absolutely. You know, confidence is just something that it's so easy. I can't express how easy this is. It's not, you know, even like, you know, I do with trauma, you know, sexual abuse, all those things that you think, oh my goodness, somebody couldn't move on from that. So this is like a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer. And I'd love you to come along if you're feeling that, well, it can't work. I can't feel more confident. I can't show up to summer. It's not a thing. And just recognise that the more that you the more that you tell yourself it's not possible. That's
so if you've got all these thoughts going into your, my thoughts about a beach body are I'll never wear something like that. And number two, what are people thinking? What are people saying? Strangers, I mean. Or what if that stranger says to me, "Oh, fatty, lose some weight"?
What's the likelihood of that to happen? How many times in your lifetime have you been on the beach and somebody's come up to you and said those words to you?
Well, I know it's happened to some people when they've been out running and stuff like that.
How many times, Debbie? How many times?
It's not happened to me, but then I've never been on a beach.
Let's focus. How many times has somebody come up to you on the beach and said, "Hey, fatty, lose weight"? How many times? The word?
I've never actually had that personally said to me, actually.
No, that's
Even
right.
at my biggest.
Right, so let's focus on that then. So your biggest fear is that somebody is going to come along to you and say, hey, fatty, lose weight. And yeah, I mean, how old are you now, Debbie? You're 4?
40, yeah, 40.
So in 40 years, nobody's ever said that to you, and yet your fear is that. So if you rationalise and look at that possibility, in fact, what would you say, Debbie? Because have you not like lost 13 stone?
Well, yeah, 11 and a half. Oh, sorry.
Right.
That was me, not Charlie. That was me. 11 stone 5, I think it is at minute.
Right, so just focus on that then. So you fear that somebody's going to walk up to you and say, hey, fat, lose weight. You've lost 11 stone 5. So is it possible that you can lose weight?
Yeah.
And if a stranger came up to me, and I said to you, Debbie, I was on the beach. This woman came up to me and said, hey, Claire, fatty, lose weight. What would you say to me?
Take no notice. You're doing great. If I saw you in your bikini or whatever, I'd say you look great.
So what would that person be if somebody was to say those words to me?
An idiot.
Exactly. So why would you take notice of an idiot?
Well, it's not so much taking notice; it just plays on your mind, doesn't it?
So what I'm doing there, Debbie, is showing you that those ridiculous stories that we hold, when we all do it. Those ridiculous stories that we hold about the possibilities of what could happen, they're just stories. They're just stories because it's never happened. You're 40 odd years old. You know that you can lose weight, and you know as well if somebody was really nasty to you, you just see them as an idiot because they would be. Why would anybody go up to a stranger on a beach and say something really nasty? But this is what happens with our minds. We hold on to
I think it's that stories. I don't think it's that they actually come up to you. It's like somebody might shout it from a car if you're out running, or shout it from across the street, or you might just overhear them. Sort of, they're 2 people back from you, and you can hear them saying, "Oh, she could do with losing a bit of weight."
Yeah, these are just deep-seated, obviously, insecurities. Yeah. The actual likelihood of somebody actually saying that, and what we're doing there is we're just protecting ourselves. We're keeping ourselves in the box, aren't we? Protecting ourselves, because if we don't step out in the clothes that we want to wear, if we keep ourselves in that box, then we don't risk being hurt, and it's just a defense mechanism. And within hypnosis, we can let that go, because nobody needs to live in a box. You definitely deserve to be out that box, in your summer dress, with your arms out, in your bathing suit, whatever you want to wear, feeling confident. And that's what I'm going to help you with. So before we round this up, I'm just going to read what Karen's put on there. When you get comfort from eating, it's scary to eat food. It's just fuel. Can hypnosis substitute that comfort feeling? Yes. So I can talk from a place, a qualified place on this, Karen, because I was in a binge eating cycle. I've been doing the podcast, Slimming Stories Around the World podcast for quite a while, and I was yo-yoing. That was the whole reason of doing the podcast. I was yo-yoing, but I felt that that full stop for me had gone, and I was in that binge eating cycle. And what hypnosis did for me, and the reason why I'm so passionate about it, is because I had a really, but I don't want to give this too much energy. I had a very negative relationship, developed PTSD. So I was really trying to push those emotions down. And for me, hypnosis was the only thing that allowed me to release those really negative, those deep-seated negative emotions. And since I've been able to do that, I've been able to, quit the sugar that food that I needed for comfort. And I know what you're saying there. It's scary to eat food as fuel. But yeah, we can help that within hypnosis. Now, there's a couple of techniques, and I'll just touch on it briefly. So there's my Slimming Stories Emotional Detox course, which is the way that I see that course is it's a way to really look at your feelings and pay your emotions attention. And then I do the emotional release technique, which is like it's for those deep-seated emotions. I'm going to be doing that technique with Debbie quite soon, and that will just basically anything that you've gone through in your life that is really, really harsh. Maybe you feel that you're just fed up of feeling fed up, if that makes sense. This technique brings it all up and out, because at the moment when you come for eat, all that you're doing is you're just trying to push down the food. If you can imagine, I'm just going to use this glass as a demonstration. Can you see this glass? There we are. So you can imagine like a pressure cooker. So in life, we're given this certain amount of pressure, and then over time it builds these issues, these life events that happen, and you get this pressure and pressure until you might experience this feeling of, you know what, if one more thing happens, I'm just going to blow my top, because you feel that you're at the top and you can't take on any more crap out of life. You can't deal with anything else going into that pressure cooker. So the emotional release technique, what happens is we start to take chunks of it away, and it releases, and we bring it back down to that normal stress that we're supposed to have as humans, to, like, send off the lions and tigers or whatever and run away, so we can deal with that fight or flight when we need it. We do need to be able to have a certain amount of stress, but what you don't need is the right up here feeling that the only way that you can cope is to try and push it down with food, because it will only last so long, because this pressure will just rise, because food can't manage emotions. Unfortunately, it can't manage emotions. You can try, you might be able to believe that maybe it does, but people have breakdowns and things, and what I can do within that technique, and it's really heavy, is just release it all. Because if you are a comfort eater, whatever you're trying to feed to comfort is an emotion, and an emotion and food, you can't feed an emotion. The emotion wants attention. The emotion craves attention. If you don't give that attention, it will just resurface. And that's why, for example, you have a rough day and you have a packet of chocolate bars. I've done that certainly in the past. You have a packet of chocolate bars, and at the end of it, you're like, what the hell have I just done? I feel sick. That's done me no good at all. What the hell have I done? Because you wasn't feeding an hunger. You maybe fancy chocolate bar from time to time, but if you eat in excess, you're just trying to feed an emotion. So I hope that answers your question. Let's have a look. So Sharon, words hurt, and I remembered unfortunately. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But we can help that with hypnosis. There's a technique that I do that helps people with trauma. I don't want to deviate from the topic here, but because you've asked, I'll mention this. There's a technique that I do within hypnosis that we can allow the things just to drift and fade away. So people that maybe have been in an abusive relationship, somebody that's been involved in like domestic violence, or somebody that's even had bullying from like childhood bullying, you can allow those words that come up, and can allow those to drift away and float away, and drift away and float away within hypnosis. And then you have no power, so the power gets taken out of those. So that answers your question, Sharon. So Diane, you have. I'll leave this one to you, Debbie, to answer.
Debbie, Diane, yeah, thanks, Diane. It says, you have lost a lot of weight, Debbie. You look great. It's willpower at the end of the day and learning to say no. If a stranger says anything, ignore them and think how much you've lost. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I know it's willpower, and I know what I need to do, but one of the reasons I did come back to YouTube, and the reasons I agreed to work with Claire, was because I really thought it was good for me personally to have this two-pronged approach. So I would return to Slimming World and go back to my previous way of eating, but I would also add in this hypnosis to help my cravings and to help with my emotional trauma, and an emotional detox, because I really felt like yes, I've lost 15 stone previously, but I then put 5.5 stone back on in about 7 months. And obviously there was something that I needed help with. And yes, we can all go and back to Slimming World or back to our former way of eating, but it's really good to address what's in here as well. Because like Claire says, and it always really chimes with me, is when you're stepping on the scales, or even if you're not stepping on the scales and you're just trying to get on back to a healthy way of life, you are carrying a stone or more stones on your back, and it's not necessarily weight, it's emotional weight. So I thought it would be really helpful, and I know that I know it's willpower, but this is a form of willpower as well.
Yeah, it's emotional weight, isn't it? If you think about all those times that you've eaten in the past that gained that weight, was you eating because you was hungry? Is it that, when you step on that scales, is it that you wake up one morning and think, oh goodness, I need to educate myself about food, I need to learn nutrition, I've overeaten, now I need to lose weight? You don't, do you? You wake up one morning and think, oh my goodness, look what I've been doing, look how I've been eating these last couple of weeks. I think that when people step into Slimming World, and I still love Slimming World, they're given this gift of nutrition, and it's a great way to start that learning factor. But the truth of the matter is that weight loss is 99% mindset. This is my whole argument about this. Not that we'd have an argument, but the whole point of this is, when you go to lose weight, if it's 99% mindset, that's 1% nutrition. Even a bodybuilder will tell you this. It's about what you put in, your body, but you need to have that mindset. You need to have that mindset. Having a pack about nutrition is fantastic, but if you don't have the will, willpower is a funny word, and motivation is a funny word, really. But if you can quite easily stop eating those foods, if you can connect to that full sensation in your tummy, which is all techniques that you can do within hypnosis. You might have heard of a virtual gastric band. If you can feel that sensation, then you're not going to want to eat like a massive plate of food. Like when I used to go to a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, I would eat, literally, I'd be undoing my top button, I'd be like leaning back, I'd get up and I'd be like, oh, just need to take a moment. I wasn't eating for hunger. I was eating for that creative part of my brain that wanted those wonderful tastes. But I wasn't eating for hunger. I was just really overeating, and I'd totally lost that sensation of what it actually felt like to be full. It is fuel. Food is fuel. Yes, I hope that's been helpful, Karen. Oh, thank you, Catherine. That's lovely of you to say, inspirational. So has anybody got any other questions before we wrap this up? And is anybody looking to sign up for the free course? I really would love you all to try it, especially if you're new to hypnosis, especially if you've never even considered it in the past. I would love you to try it just to see how you felt, because if you're somebody as well that feels a little bit anxious, I think, who was it that said? Karen, that said, think of food from when I wake up till when I sleep, just to try and feel calm. So this free 4-day course is all around body confidence and calming that mind, showing you how you're capable of calming those thoughts down. And at the end of the course, there will be an opportunity to sign up for the Slimming Storage Emotional Detox. But I just want to show you the power, because I thought, rather than say join this course for hypnosis, it's going to help you with your emotions, it's going to help you with your cravings, I wanted to put out there something where people could experience hypnosis for themselves. It's a bit like, trying to sell somebody a can of baked beans that's never eaten a can of baked beans. You need to try it, you need to taste it, to see how it feels, see how it fits with you, see if it suits you. And this is going to be your chance to do that. So yeah, I'd love you to I'd love you to sign up. So Diane, let's have a look at that. So thank you, Debbie, for the replay.
For your reply.
Sorry.
Well done, Diane. You're doing great.
Your partner's lost 2 stone 6.5 pounds. Wow, amazing, absolutely amazing.
Thanks for watching, Caroline. Thanks for watching, Karen. Now, I think someone's commented on your page. They're on holiday on these dates.
Right. Okay. Who is that? Who goes there? I can't see your name. So I've got their Facebook user. Yeah, that's the thing that, you know, I can't do all the dates, but it'll come up again. It will come up again, and we can do something. We can absolutely do something. So send me a DM.
Perhaps me and Claire will just do a little taster.
Yeah.
A little bit, either just a day or two before.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. We'll come again.
To remind you all that we're going to be doing it.
So I hope you've all enjoyed this smooth.
I mean, I might not even, if it's every day, I might not be able to be there every day. But I think even if you can only attend like 2 or 3 sessions, you'll still be able to get something out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I might do, I have to say, I might do something that people can have to like take away. But when I take people into hypnosis, I want to kind of see how they react, and I don't do any scripts. You know, on the course that I don't do any scripts. I do some recordings that have a little bit of script work in them, but when I'm doing things live, I don't do any scripts because I work with the person. I work with the people that have been hypnotized. I hate to use scripts because I'm not there to tell you a story. I'm there to do a collaborative process. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you all for turning up. You'll see.
Yes, I've put the links in the live chat, and they'll also be in my live chat on Facebook and Instagram, and they'll also be in the description on YouTube. Not Instagram, sorry. I've put the links in the live chat on Facebook and YouTube, and they'll also be in the description on YouTube. And you can also find links to both the Body Confidence course and the Emotional Detox course in my link tree. But that is a affiliate link. So if you sign up, I will receive a small portion of your sign-up fee to declare that for you. So yeah, but the Beach Body Confidence course is absolutely free, 4 days. And it's just to give you a taste of hypnosis, and I'll be there if I can, and we'll just see how we go, and maybe we'll all be out there stunning, you know, looking stunning and fabulous.
We will be. No, maybe we will be. We will be. Right, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
Really
Thanks for watching,
it. Thanks so much for ending the recording, and yeah, take care. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.